You're watching Good Morning Washington on your side.
6:15 now, and this morning, this is the wrong video here. This morning, the writing is on the wall for VRE. The line receiving new warning that come December 31st, it could be forced to suspend service. And that would certainly mess up the morning commute for thousands of you. Our Sam Sweeney is live in Burke this morning at the VRE station, and he is following this developing story for us. Sam?
Audrey, it's certainly a disruption. 4.5 million people use the VRE rail lines in Northern Virginia and Washington, D.C. every year. And as you said, come December 31st, it could be the end of the line, at least temporarily, for a lot of those passengers because of a federal mandate for safety. Now, back in 2008, a safety measure known as positive train control was said to need to be put into place on all rail lines and all trains across the country. Well, VRE upheld its part of the bargain, but the folks that operate the rail lines here in Northern Virginia and Washington, D.C. failed to do so, and that means VRE could have to suspend all of their operations. Now, positive train control is a technology that automatically stops or slows trains if the engineer fails to do so. Positive train control made headlines back in April after the deadly Amtrak derailment in Philadelphia. Federal investigators said that had that train and those rails been equipped, that tragedy could likely have been prevented. Now, the only way to prevent this train stoppage is if Congress gives VRE and the rail lines here in Northern Virginia and Washington, D.C. an extension. We are still waiting on word for Congress to make that decision. Of course, as soon as we find out, we'll let you know. Reporting live this morning in Northern Virginia, I'm Sam Sweeney, ABC 7 News.
Okay, Sam, thanks for that. Well, this morning, 6 people are waking up in a Mexican jail accused of orchestrating the drug kingpin El Chapo's escape from prison back in July. The alleged mastermind is a member of the El Chapo's legal team who had access to that prison. Other suspects include El Chapo's brother-in-law, who police say oversaw construction of a mile-long escape tunnel, as well as an airline pilot.
6:17 now, and this morning, developing news, tributes pouring in all across New York City. The Empire State Building, as you can see there, was lit up in blue in honor of Officer Randolph Holder, who was shot and killed late Tuesday night. People are now setting up makeshift memorials to honor Holder, remembering his bravery and standing in solidarity with NYPD. All of this as the man accused of killing him, Tyrone Howard, appeared in court. Howard is charged with first-degree murder and robbery. Police say the 30-year-old has been arrested 28 times since he was just 13 years old. Holder's funeral is next Wednesday. And come get a look at this. A late-night fire in New Jersey growing to 8 alarms. 2 firefighters were hurt trying to fight the blaze in that apartment building, but both are expected to be okay. The Red Cross is now saying that it is helping some 400 people who are displaced this morning. And a wild story out of Ohio.
Yeah, firefighters taken hostage on the job. Jumi Olabanji has the new details of what a crazy story.
Oh, Audrey and Larry, such a bizarre story to tell you about this morning. Now, we're just getting word that this man is in custody. Let's take you down what happened last night. 8 firefighters responding to reports of a fire in a wooded area behind a home about 35 miles outside of Cleveland. When those crews got to the scene, a man who lives in the home got agitated and took 2 firefighters hostage with a rifle. They were held hostage for about 2 hours and all came to a peaceful end after SWAT team members convinced that man to release the firefighters one at the time. Yeah, according to reports there, he told police he wasn't trying to hurt anybody. Larry, over to you.
Okay, Jumi. Well, a Cinderella story in the making and now over this morning.
And strike 3 called. They haven't been to the World Series since 2000, and the Mets are on their way back.
Yeah, New York Mets moving on after they swept the Chicago Cubs in the National League Championship Series. A heartbreaking series after a fantastic run by the Cubs, who still have not reached a World Series since 1945, haven't won it all since 1908. But what a show of class. The Cubs saluting their fans who stuck it out with them throughout all this season. Young team getting here in the playoffs ahead of schedule. The Mets, though, now taking command and charging into the World Series, as Ernie Johnson has said, first time in 15 years. In the American League side of things, though, the equation is still up in the air. The Royals now 3-2 lead after they were stomped by Toronto. A 7-1 win by the Blue Jays at home last night. So today is a travel day. Game 6 tomorrow night at Kansas City. First pitch 8:07. The Royals can win. If they win one of 2 games, either tomorrow night or Saturday, they will move on to the World Series as well. The first time since last year.
All right, 6:20 now, and here at home, a great forecast, a great weather day on tap.
Yeah, really nice.
Especially for October.
I know.
Great.
Seriously, well above average temperatures. Don't be fooled, though, a little cool this morning. Let's get you started with current temperatures across the region. A little chill in the air to get you going early on in the morning. We're starting off at 51 degrees at Reagan National. A little colder in Manassas right now at 39, but a lot of sunshine this morning, giving way to a temperature of 69 by lunchtime. 75 today. It's going to be gorgeous. And then overnight tonight, a little weak weather front slides through. It's going to bring just a few clouds. But tomorrow it will be cooler, only about 67 degrees. But, you know, that's actually seasonable for this time of year, so we'll take it. Making your weekend plans, Saturday, still cool, 64, 68 degrees on Sunday. There will be some showers, especially in the morning hours. So let's time it out for you, especially impacting the Marine Corps Marathon. The good news is the rain is going to be relatively light. So if you are going to be heading out there, maybe you're a spectator, you may want, you know, a poncho or a hat, but it's going to be really light. So I don't think it's going to impact runners all that much. We'll start off in the middle 50s, climb to about 61 by 10 o'clock, and be at about 65 degrees by 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Also on Sunday, we have the Redskins game. So a few showers for the early tailgaters, but by kickoff at 1 o'clock, we'll be at 64, climbing to 68 degrees. So overall, I think pretty good for the upcoming weekend. But then early next week, temperatures start to tumble. Highs only in the lower 60s. All right, now let's get an update on our traffic watch. Julie's just getting some new information in.
Yeah, we've got some problems out here on the roads. We're going to start off eastbound 66, where we had an earlier crash near business 234. That should now be clear to the shoulder. Heavy, slow, and steady out of Manassas right now, trying to head eastbound towards Centerville. We'll move to the map and southbound along the Rock Creek Parkway. Heads up, police tell me they're on the scene. A stalled vehicle after P Street, tying up the right side of the road. And then our next camera. This is where we have big backups starting this morning southbound on 29. Before you reach Stewart Lane, headed out towards New Hampshire Avenue. Now we are receiving word of a crash, possibly involving a pedestrian. With more details from that scene, let's toss it out to Mobile Track 7 and John Gonzalez. Johnny G, what do you know?
Hey, Julie, good morning. You know, we've been driving around here in Mobile Track 7. We are in Northwest D.C., and as you said, we just got word of a situation there in Montgomery County, so we're heading up Georgia Avenue now to get to White Oak, and here's what we know. We just got word from Pete Paringer, the spokesperson for Montgomery County Fire. Pedestrian struck at New Hampshire Avenue and Columbia Pike, and right now we understand that all the southbound lanes on Route 29 are shut down. We do not have a condition right now for this pedestrian who was struck. We literally just got the call moments ago, and as you can see right now, I'll switch the cameras. We are making a right-hand turn onto Georgia Avenue to head up to Montgomery County, where this pedestrian accident has occurred there in White Oak, Maryland. When we get there, we will bring you a live report, and hopefully we'll have some more information, especially the condition of this person at this time. Julie, back to you.
We'll take it from here, John. Actually, at 6:23, a consumer alert this Thursday morning as we get closer to the holiday shopping season.
And we are now learning one of the hottest gifts for kids is going through a major supply shortage this morning. The one thing you're going to want to snap up while you still can, coming up straight ahead. Keep it right here.
So let's get it started, turn it up, turn it on, keep the morning.
Good morning. Topping America's money, a major settlement involving UPS.
It will repay more than $4 million to settle a multi-state lawsuit.
Customers claim they paid a premium for overnight deliveries that didn't arrive on time, and that employees falsified delivery records, preventing them from collecting refunds.
Lego says it's going to run short of its famous bricks in the coming months. That means it won't be able to make enough of its famous sets during the holiday shopping season.
Lego is expanding factories in several countries, but they won't be fully ready for years.
And a tasty new potato chip winning over millions of fans. I'm not sure about this one.
It is Southern Biscuits and Gravy, and it came in first place in this year's Do Us a Flavor contest by Lay's. The creator, Haley Green of Indiana, well, she gets $1 million prize or 1% of the net sales.
Okay, see how it goes. That's America's money.